All right, here we go. We are live. Hello. What's up? Hey, what's up there, Jerry? With 3D printing and painting. How's it going, bro? All right. Hey, what's up? Hey, Jerry, what's going on? All right. Oh, nice. Got yourself an Anycubic Mono X, huh? I just dropped about $1,000 worth of resin to Soraya Tech yesterday, so I'm like, I've already got my stimmy gone. Yeah, I was thinking about getting another printer. I really wanted another printer, but yeah, I just the stimmy is it went with resin. You know, help pay for some of those project videos I want to do for YouTube. So. Well, what's up, everybody? I am live right here on. I'm live on Twitch and on YouTube. I'm trying to get my subscribers up, and today, what I'm really doing is it's kind of like I've been working. I got promoted at my job recently, and this past week I've been taking over this new position. I'm no longer in the semi anymore, which is awesome. It's what I've been wanting for the last couple of years. So I am now a safety manager. So. With that, I've been really busy with my job, so I haven't really had a chance to really work on any 3D printed projects or any more videos after I've released this last video. And so I figured, you know what, I got to get a bunch of prints set up for when I get my whole bunch of resin come in. And so I figured I'm going to go ahead and pre-slice up all my projects that I want to print for when this order comes in here in the next couple weeks. So resin is on back order, man, and they said they're estimating April 5th. For delivery, and that's with Amazon. It's like usually 2 to 3 day delivery. So I'm gonna just dive right on in and slice up some stuff. If you have any questions, just drop them in the chat, and hopefully I'll see it. It's either on Twitch or on YouTube. Just drop in the chat, and it should pop up there. Feel free to say hi. Share with your friends, and watch this boring process of putting together a 3D print. Now, the print that I'm actually using is from Hex 3D. This is the first one. I'm going to be doing multiple different ones here, if you guys want to hang out. But the one that I'm actually using is from Hex 3D's Patreon group. And it is what they call the Grogu Leprechaun. Now, I've already printed this once, and boy, did I mess it up. I should have hollowed those parts out. Oh, wow. There's been another one that's dropped just since then. What the heck? Now you got my interest peaked. Oh, it's just re-release. All right. So the one that we're doing is going to be called Leprechaun Grogu by Hex 3D. And here I'll show you guys here the one that I'm going to be slicing up here, and it's this one right here. This is what I'm going to be slicing up first. So, and like I said, I've already done it, but I messed up the prints, and the way I messed them up was I should have hollowed them. I thought, I want a little weight to it, so I decided not to hollow them, and boy, that was a mistake. It took a whole bottle just for half this print, and then I missed adding the resin in. It went a lot faster than I thought it would, and I ended up getting a big, huge chunk missing through the to where the coins in the body comes out, and it just jacked it all up. So now I've got to go in, I got to hollow every single piece and reorientate it, so this way I can get it to print for less resin, because that was a full bottle that it took the last time, and I'm not doing that again. And also the weight, I really don't want the weight, and I was been putting some heavy walls on it. I'm going to decrease the walls on it as well, for as far as the wall for when I'm hollowing it out. So that's where I really messed up on that. So I'm going to redo this one. The only thing that came out good with that print was the head and the hat is the only thing that was salvageable in that whole entire piece that I messed up. Yeah, 3mm wall is. I usually do a 4 because the reason why I always did a 4 on my walls was because, for one, I never added tenacious to it before, so it was always just straight resin, and it was so brittle. So I would make sure that it had a good solid wall so it wouldn't break off. And then you still get fingers and ears and everything else that break off of it, and that's why I start adding the tenacious to it. So I think now, since I've got the tenacious into it, I want to be able to decrease the walls on it. What do you think of the Photon S 3D printing painting? It's on a pretty good sale. Yeah, I saw the Photon. I saw the Photon S, and I was looking at that, and I was debating. You know what I would really like to have? I'd love to have the Elegoo Saturn is the one that I'd like to have with the mono, or the Elegoo Mars 2 Pro. But I did see that P.O. Poly the other day announced that they're going to be adding a it's called the Phenom Prime, and it's basically a P.O. Poly Phenom with a monochrome screen in it and a better cooling system on it, which I really don't have a problem with cooling, because I've already devised my own cooling system for my Phenoms. So, but they did say that they're going to allow it to where other Phenoms are going to be able to upgrade their screens to the monochrome screens instead of the regular LCD screens, which will allow for faster prints and longer life of your screen, which they are rating the monochrome screens up to 2,000 hours, I believe, is what I heard, but I haven't fully verified that information yet. I'm just going off of word of mouth. But yeah, they said that it's supposed to last almost 2 to 3 times longer. But I did get my screens to last longer on my PO Poly. I actually had one that lasted almost 2,000 hours of the regular screen. It's just all about keeping your printers in a cool place and running with a cooler resin is what I've always learned. That's what I've been doing personally. Now, a lot of people say you got to heat up your resins. I don't find that that's true. I run my resins on a little more of a colder scale just because, you know, it does keep that LCD a little bit cooler, and I've not had a problem with it ever forming. All my prints have come out right as long as I've sliced them right. So I have an original Mars and a frozen Mighty 4K and Anycubic Mono X on the way. Never tried Photon. Yeah, I've never tried Photon either. I've got the Elegoo and I've got the PO Polys. So I got the original Elegoo Mars, and then I've got the PO Polys. And then, like I said, I'd love to have a Saturn. I also, what's that new one too that I saw that had? I think it's the Sparks. I think it was called the Sparks one. I think it was either the Sparks or the Specs or something like that. I forgot. But it was like a mid-range, just like an Elegoo Saturn that I thought was, you know, looked like it was pretty comparable from the reviews that I saw. But, well, back to this print right here. This is what I'm going to be slicing up first. It is by Hex 3D. Highly recommend these guys. If you're looking for a place that produces models, I'll tell you what, Hex 3D has an amazing program. $10 a month. You get you get the welcome pack, and you also get the... you get whatever comes out for that month for $10. And then after you've paid for 3 months, you get full access, and it's just loaded down with... you know, there was so much available once when I got full access, I didn't even know where to start. And there's so many that's on my list that I want to do from Hex 3D, but highly recommend it. And I'll tell you what, he's really in love with Grogu. I've got probably about 20 different kind of Grogus that I can do. His newest ones is this one, which was for St. Paddy's Day. I wish I'd have got this done before St. Paddy's Day, but again, with my promotion, it was really hard, so I wasn't able to pull it off. I was actually traveling on St. Paddy's Day, so I actually missed St. Paddy's Day this year. So what's up, Seth? How you doing, brother? And then another thing that we're going to be doing is I'm going to be doing another Grogu here. I'm going to be slicing this one up. This is a really fun one right here. I'm going to be doing this print right here. These are all come individual. All these little pieces of food and everything is all it's all different pieces, but I want to make that little scene right there. I think that's just adorable. I can't help myself, you know. I have been on Grogu kick for a while now, and I just think that Hex 3D, I love his little creations and remixes he does with Grogu. It's just so funny. And then I'm going to be also doing a set of these in a video where I'm going to be doing these. These are can holders. You can slide your can of soda, beer, whatever kind of can you want to slide in there, and it holds your can. It's a can holder. And it's a little fantasy one. They also have a dice cup version of it without the handle, where it's just a little dice cup that you can put your dice in and for table games. And then also this one here we're going to be slicing up today too, which is the Predator version of the cup. So actually I might do that slice to where I'm doing one of each, you know, because my PO Poly is big enough for those, and I might do... And then I'm actually going to make a video because I'm going to do these in gold. I'm going to add dyes to the resin, and I'm going to print these up in golds, and then I'm going to do a rub and buff on them to where I can just do a rub and buff on it and just give it the depth that way and the detail, and it's going to look amazing. So I'm thinking about doing those in gold and actually do a tutorial on how to add the dyes to the resin to get the look that you're looking for. So, but that's what we're doing today on this stream. Well, hopefully, and let's get started. So, all right. First thing is, I think I'm going to come in here and I'm going to do it like this. So, I'm going to bring this in. We're going to import the first piece. There is actually 6 pieces to this print, so I'm going to try to get as much as I can get to fit on this plate as possible, so this way I can eliminate some of them. But I do know that when I did this, that the size or the scale, more to say, is 140% is what I did last time, and that's what I can max it out to. I'm not going to do 140%. I thought about just doing the 100% one, but that's what we're going to do. We're just going to do it at scale for what, they have it in there, but we're going to change a couple little things up in it once when we get to the cauldron. I'm going to turn this into a nice little hidden change cup. So, and to do that, we're going to have to hollow out the vat, and I'll show you how to do that. And it's real simple. You're just going to dig a hole, but you're going to make the hole big enough to where it's going to take out that top little portion that this sits in, because it's going to be nice with all the curved edges that he's got. It's more like a plug, so I don't actually have to have that part on the cauldron, and I can actually turn this into like a little change cup, a place to hold little knickknacks or things in it, like paper clips or whatever. But yeah, let's have some fun with this. So what I'm going to do now, I know, let's get all the pieces in here, because that's what I'd like to do. Is I'm going to get all these pieces in here first, and I'm going to put on this plate. So, see, we're going to need the hat. All right, we got the hat here. Now we need the head. Okay, bring this down here in that area. And we're gonna try to reorientate everything to get it to the right, to where we can make this all fit. Okay, there's that hand, and then the right hand. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to get to fit right here on this plate right here. Is all these pieces. If I've got to move something over to the next print with the pot, I will, but honestly I want to try to get all these to fit. So we're going to move this out of the way. We're going to move this. Thank God for Control Z. Helps if I actually hit move. Okay, move this out of the way. We're going to move. Stop it. Move this out of the way. And this. So, with this is the first piece I'm going to work on. Now, I know it would be smart to... Well, first off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to orientate this. I know the smart bet would be to print it like this. But here's the thing. With the way that he's got these sleeves right here coming up in between, you'd have to have supports right here for all this underneath all this arms, and I don't want to have to dig supports out from underneath this arm like that. So I really don't want to print this like in this orientation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate this thing around, and let's see here. Let's go with 90 degrees on this one. And then I'm going to rotate around 180 degrees on the y-axis. There we go. I'm going to put the body towards the bottom. Now, see, the only thing that worries me about orientating it this way is because of the coins. It's going to have mess-ups, and you're going to have to put nasty supports in there for the coins. So I'm going to, now that I got this rotate on here, I'm going to take this rotation and I'm just going to tilt it just a little bit to where I can cover that. Let's see here. I got to rotate it just a little bit more. I just don't want to have to be vertical like that. So I think that would probably be the best orientation right there. All right, I'm going to stick that in the corner right there. All right, now let's get the hat in here. The hat I want to keep kind of way it is right here, just like that, just because of the sheer fact that I want the supports to be attached to the bottom. So the supports are really not that bad when it comes to underneath here. So I just want them hidden so this way you don't see them. Plus, then on top of that, I'm going to have to dig my holes on it for... Okay, next up, we are going to do is bring in the head. I want to keep the supports on the bottom, so this way I'll be able to hide it in the when I put it all together, print it and everything. So we're going to just move this head over here like that. And put the hand in here, and put this other hand in here, which I messed up on. Duh. Come on. And now I'm going to select on plate. Right here, this part. Put that on the plate. Okay. Got that in there, got that. Alright, now it's time to add supports for all this fun stuff. I'm going to move... I want to move this over here. Just because I already know that I'm going to probably have to go a little fun with these supports on this piece right here. So... And I always like to keep my little pieces up front. And you know that this is the front of the printer because on Lychee, the arrow for the front of the printer is here. On Chi2 Box, it's actually backwards. But on Lychee, if the arrow's facing you, that's the way that you're going to actually be able to see the prints while it's printing. And I like to keep my little stuff up front so I can watch that part, so I can tell that things are printing properly and I didn't lose it. I don't like to hide my little stuff in the back because of that. So just check my distance between the hat and his head. Make sure I'm not going to have any overlapping. Okay. I know, this is really exciting stuff right here, isn't it? It's like watching paint dry. So, okay, now it's time to, let's hollow this out. Hollow. Alright. I'm not going to go with a 3-wall. I'm going to go with a 2-wall. And infill. I don't want 100% infill. Alright, so we're going to go with... I'm going to go with a... Oh, man. It's that chicken stuff that I got to do. I forgot about that. Shouldn't have started that, but... Alright, so we got the hollow out here. Now let's check this. I want to see if this really is hollowed out now. Okay, it's hollowed everything out, which is good. That is hollowed, and I do have an infill in there, which is really important because you want to be able to have some kind of... I'll add weight, I'll add support, and it'll make it a little bit more beefier and when it prints, and it won't give you any issues. You know, the only thing that sucks about the infill is that you want to have... the infill is when you go to run your UV snake up inside the print, then you got to deal with that, so... It hits the supports and bounces around on the inside, and it keeps you from getting around all the way around in the model. I prefer to go with no infill, but you got to have something there for when it prints to grab it. So. Yeah, I've had some failures without doing infill, but we live and we learn. Now, what I'm going to do is we got that hollowed. Let me put a hole in here. Alright, I'm going to put a hole in, let's see, holes. Let's dig a hole. Let me see here. Let's go with 4.0 on that. And the penetration, I don't need it as 10. I do it a 2mm wall, so let's go with a penetration of 4. Yeah, I think 4, because that's double the wall thickness, so just in case. Okay. And then I'm going to put that... I'm going to put that right there for that one. And then I'm going to put it right here on that one. Because the reason why is down here. This is where it's going to drain out. And I wanted it to where it funnels down to the highest point and drains out right there. But I didn't want it to really affect the coins underneath. And then this one is actually the breather hole to keep the vacuum from it, to allow it. So you always want to have two holes. One that's to allow the oxygen to come in, the other one to allow the liquid to go out. If you just put one dig hole, well, then you're just going to have a bubble. It's going to be trapped inside. So, but most of you guys are 3D printers, so you already know that. So I'm going to put a hole right. All right, I'm thinking let's put that hole right there. And then on top of this hat, I'm just going to put this, let's see, the hot, and it's going to right about in here. Let me see how that looks here. That's the beauty of this. I can actually see. Okay, so we're good. So that should drain perfectly. And then, of course, you know, I'm gonna put my UV light up in those holes and cure it out. Now, here's the tricky one. I want this. I'm going to take this one here on Yoda. And I always close up my holes by I use the one that Jerry told me, the trick that Jerry told me, the way he does. He actually takes cotton, so I use Q-tips. I'll take a little bit of cotton off of a Q-tip, and I'll dip it in resin. Then I'll use it just to kind of put it in that hole, and then I'll fill it in with some more resin, and then I'll hit it with the UV light, and then sand it down. Can't even tell the hole was there. It was a great idea. Thank you, Jerry, for that one. I always try to just do it with just straight syringe, and it never works out the best. So I actually started doing that, and I got better results with the way it blended with the whole entire model. So, all right, so I'm going to put that hole right there in Yoda's head right there, and then I'll back that mic off just a little bit. And then I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to put the other hole, which I would rather do it. I'm going to do it off the side right here, because you can tell that the resin's going to pool around that area anyways. So let me go in here. You need 2 millimeter wall, so that thing's got a 2 millimeter wall all the way around it. Well, the hat's going to cover it anyway, so I'm just going to put it right there, because the hat covers that spot of the head anyways. So you wouldn't even have to close it up, because the hat is pretty encompassing. And here in a second, my wife, from the first one that I printed, my wife actually painted the head and the hat. So I'm going to grab that so you guys can kind of see that. And I'll grab that here in a second so you can see what it looks like as finished with the head and the hat at least. So the mug of liquor, let's put the hole right. Let me see how that's sliced. Let me see how that's hollowed. So I could probably, I'm going to put that, I'm going to hide that hole right in there. And then I'm going to hide this other one right down here. And I want to make sure that's not hitting wall. Yeah, it's not. And then it comes up and goes right there. So yeah, that would actually, I am not going to put a hole on the little tiny hand, because then that's just going to jeopardize the degradation of it. And that one, I'm actually going to go into the hole. Okay. Yeah, I don't even think it even hollowed out, to be honest with you. Did it? A little bit, but I'm not worried about that. I'm not going to worry about that. Now let me check this one real fast. I'm going to check the head. Yeah, it's nice and hollow. Looks like the ears will be solid. The hat looks pretty solid. Okay. Yeah, so now we're ready for the fun part. The supports. I hate doing supports, but we all hate doing supports, you know? So, now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to work with, let me see, where's it at, library? No, it's not. Objects. Here it is. So I'm going to take that off, take that off, take that off, take that off. So now I don't have all that stuff blocking my view and stuff like that. So it makes it easier just to work piece by piece by turning all the other stuff off. And now it's time for the supports. And don't forget about support, showing your supports. Make sure you head on over to YouTube, look up Lychee Pick, or you can go youtube.com/c/YouTube. Or, I mean, Lychee Pick. Duh. I just messed that up. But head on over to YouTube and subscribe, like, and all that fun stuff. Make sure you hit the little notification bell. Also on Twitch, feel free to follow. And check out lycheepick.com for all these 3D prints I sell and print. And I got a lot more that I need to add to that website, but I'm just one person, so I'll be adding more to it. I just need to get it done. So, all right, now what we're going to do is we're going to click on medium supports. This one isn't that heavy, especially that I hauled it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a alien detector. All right, and then I'm going to just do okay, add supports to all islands. That's what it is. Could not support 36 islands. You got to figure it out yourself. Yay! So which one? And now we get to go through all the ones that we need to. Oh, okay. So we got to put one there. Where was that at? Oh, that's inside there. All right, I'm going to do light supports in these spots because, yeah. Next. Because this is just up inside with the coins. Did I get rid of it? Yep, I did. There it goes. Now I got it. Okay, next one is, oh, right there. There are a bunch of islands right there. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to put a, let's put an island like right here, and then I'm going to come in here, hit Control Alt, and I'm going to just come in here and I'm just going to put little mini. Oh, no, wait. Just take that off. Okay, let's come in here. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come in here and zoom in here. I'm going to start at the top. And I'm just going to come in here and hit all these little islands right here. With little thin ones. Ah, come on. Okay, move this up right here. Zoom in so I can hit this bad boy. And I can even move. Alright, there we go. Now we got all those islands done. Only got 17 left. Ta-da! Got that one. Next one. There we go. Got it. Like I said, I don't really care about those little coins, so these little, as long as I can get rid of those islands, that's all that matters to me with these right here, because this is all hidden underneath. I don't have to worry about removing these. This is just to keep the coins good. Okay, there we go. Got it. Okay, 10 left. Okay. I know, this is really exciting, isn't it? Now delete that one off. Okay. Five. And it is too late to climb any mountain. Time is of the essence, the blood running through our core. There we go. Here we go. We got all the islands done. All the islands taken care of. So now all we got to do now is just kind of take care of all the spots that are in the gold. You know, and just put some in general supports in there. So, okay, let's put one there. Let's put one here. Lose my mind. I hope it's real. This life comes around. Just keep your faith and search for the fountain. Time is of the essence, the blood running through our core. It's best to not feel sorry when it's over. I will be the greatest that you ever seen before. Alright, now we're going to pull this one out just a little bit like that. I just don't want that going through the model. And I'm only doing it so I can be able to put branches off of it. Is that going through the model? No, it's not. Alright, cool. It's staying off the model. Okay, and then we come up here for that one. So we got that covered. And now I'm going to come in here with light supports and just kind of put some light supports in here. And then we come in here. Da-da-da.
Every time we say goodbye, they all see that it's a lie. 'Cause we always give it one last try. Yeah, you've watched me break
One right there.
times.
Okay. What else we got here? We got a little bit of gold right there.
You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight.
I really don't think all this supports is really needed for this, but you know what? I'm just covering the basis of what they say, and what they feel like I should have. I'm gonna put some medium supports in here too.
I'ma leave without giving a warning. I'ma leave without giving a.
I'm just gonna put some. I'm gonna put some supports on this spot too, right here, because I know that these are going to be needed for. To be able to hold it down to the plate anyways, so. Yeah, let's see how we looking down here. Okay, I need to add some more here.
I just wanna be happy, happy tonight.
I'm just spreading them around because I want it to be able to hold to the plate. I don't want it to break off. Hey, what's up, buddy? Love. How's it going, man? How you doing? I'm doing all right. I'm just slicing up some 3D prints for the printers and some things that we want to make, you know. My wife wants this leprechaun Grogu, so I'm making this up for her. So, alright. Well, we got all that sliced up. We got all the supports in right there. I'm going to add just a couple right there. There we go. And there. We have that in. So it looks like we got some supports in the coins, but they're really light supports, and the depth is not that high. So this way I know that these things will just pop right off with no problems. That's what I love about resin printing, is you don't have to worry about those nasty hard plastic supports, you know. Yeah, you've been a little busy, man. I understand, you know. We'll definitely catch up. You know, I'm needing to come down that way anyways for help out Charlie. He wanted me to come down and do some stuff for him. So. All right. So next up we got is the hat. This would be really easy. This one right here, I'm just gonna kind of auto support it anyways, because yeah, this is just all supports on the bottom, you know, so there's really no need for a whole bunch of supports in it. So. Oh wow, I feel like a dumbass. Why is it doing that? What the? Oh, the buckle. Yeah. Okay. Okie dokie. It says. I'm going to move this out just a little bit over here. There we go. So. All right, well, we got that on here. I'm not really too. These supports are just not needed. Yeah, I'm gonna take those supports off because these supports are just not needed at all. Because the way it's shaped, you're not gonna have islands on all this stuff. So I don't know why it's putting all this in here. Because this is just I didn't put any supports on this before up here. Orientated the same way. The hat turned out beautifully. These supports are just not needed. And that's what I say. Auto supports. Chi2 Box can do it right because they have the option to be able to go from the platform up, which is, I like that option where you could just choose platform. But I'll leave those on the back. I'm taking that stuff off right there because this is just not validated. I'll leave those on there for the back right there. I don't want them touching the hat. This is not needed. This is not needed. It's like, really? Seriously? Honestly, I don't even need those supports, but I'll leave those. I had no problems with the hat the last time, so. And you know what I forgot to do? I feel like an idiot. This one right here. I forgot to do the optimizations. There we go. It's like, I forgot to do the optimizations. So, I'm going to parent, optimizing the supports. And then I also need to add bracing. Okay, thank you. And then the bracing here. Which will add braces in. 80 braces added. There, that's better. Let's say it's going to be even less supports because it automatically went through and found where they can just junction a bunch of them off and made it smarter. Which I do like that option. Alright, well we got those two done. Next one on the list is the head. Look at that smug smile it has. Hey Liz, why don't you go grab your other one that you painted? I want to show it off. Yeah. Now, we're going to come in here and we're going to do... Oh, we got to actually highlight it. Search for islands. Detect the islands. Arg. Okay, now we're going to add support to all islands. And there's only one of them that didn't survive it. Where's it at? Show me where it's at. Come on. Where? Right there. I see one. Yeah. All right, here we go. This is the one that she's worked on before that was already... of course, it's not finished yet. Oh, he's got gray hair. She's like, don't show the back. Yeah, well, should have got it done. Yeah, and then, of course, the head, the hat, right here. And then the head. This thing's actually really heavy because this didn't get hollowed last time. And this is like really solid, just really dense. So, but this is the failure one. I mean, the head and the hat was good, but everything else failed on it. So that was my mistake. So that's why I'm reslicing this. But that's what we're going for right there. A little bit of 3D printed rope. So, all right, we're gonna do that. We got this. Now I'm gonna come in and Yeah, I'll show. So I ran out of resin is what had happened. It was such a high print. I put a full bottle in, and then when I went down to go check on it, it was already empty. So this is what had happened. So I ran out of resin, and that's what happened. Right there. And that piece right there, and I should have done better with it, but and then of course it cut the sleeve off right here, and I kind of needed that sleeve and all that, so this is why it's being reprinted. So boy, but we learn from our mistakes, right? So alright, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in here and alright. Okay, all the islands have been supported. I'm not going to support all that part right there. I'm going to definitely get the ears down here with medium support. So I'm going to come in here and do some on the ears right here. That's all it needs. In all honesty, I've already printed this. You saw the head. It already came out good, and it didn't even have hardly any of these supports in it. So I'll throw some right here to help keep it on the plate. Oh, that's right. I do need to raise it up, don't I? Yeah, I don't like it sticking straight to the print. I prefer rafts. Makes it easier to remove. Alright, so we got this. Now I'm going to come over here into raft, and I'm going to add a and then I got the angle in there. I find it's easier if I use a raft. Makes it a little easier. I'll just do this just for support. So, alright. And now all I gotta do is parent them. And then brace it. Okay, got the bracings added, got them all parented up. What's next? Take that off. You know what? I'm gonna go with this one right here, and I'm gonna put a raft on that one too. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with. I want to see this one. I prefer rafts. Pixelate round. And I'm going to make sure that that goes up 5mm. It's not touching, is it? No, it's not. Okay, just wanted to make sure. Alright, well we got that, and this done. All we got left now is just the hands. this one right here, and then this one right here. So we're gonna do the mug last. We'll just do this first one first. So we're gonna just come in here, and you know what? With the way this is, I'm just island search, protecting islands, auto support all islands. All right, it's got the 2 islands taken care of. Again, I'm not gonna let it print straight to the plate, so. Alright, so I'm going to bring this up, and I'm going to just add a couple under here. There, that should be good for that. And then I'm going to put one right there. And I am going to put one right here because that looks like it would be a problem area. And then parent them. Okay. And then brace them. Okay, so then we got this. So let's move this up 5 millimeters, and then I want to go and add support to all islands. Okay, so I found all the islands. Now I'm just going to come in here and just add a there's a Yeah, there's a lot more work to it. You got to make sure everything's supported correctly, and if not, then you get you don't have the detail that it's supposed to have, and you miss out on it. So it's not like printing with paper where it's just like you just hit print and it just comes out. I mean, you have to. There's a little bit of thought process to it. So add branching. All right, well, you know what? This one is done because we got all of them done. They're already on here. This print is ready. This is ready to slice and put on a printer. So we have achieved this. Wait, what's this? No topology issues found. Object not animal, whatever that means. Okay. All right. Well, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna export this. Well, let's take a look at the. Let's take a look at this. No, I want this preview. Let's see how it looks on the simulator. Okay. All right. So it looks like it'd come out. Everything looks good and supported. What I'm doing is I'm looking for anything that might need. This is a good way to check because everything gets printed upside down, so you kind of get to see like, is there any spots that is going to be an issue? So you get to look at it from the angle that it's actually going to come out. Question I have is right there. What I'm looking at is the sleeve. when it starts printing, is it going to be... Okay, yeah, we're fine then. Alright, yeah, we're fine. And let's see here.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times.
Alright, now we're just going to render this. So, there we go.
Every little now and then it creeps on back to shade my smile.
If you haven't seen it yet, I just released a video out on YouTube, on our YouTube channel on Lychee Pick. So just look up Lychee Pick and you'll see our latest video of Chi box slicer versus Lychee Slicer. And then also I show my whole entire printing process and all my steps that I take throughout that printing process. So, see, I don't think those holes are those big holes are. Dug a hole on that part right there. And any holes that I don't, if I need to add a hole to something, I can always just take my Dremel and just drill a hole out. I've done that a few times too. If I forgot to put a hole somewhere or something feels kind of too swishy, I'll just take a Dremel, drain it, and then just reseal it back up after I cure it with my UV one. I hope this is a lot less resin this time than it was the last time. But I am actually printing this at 100% instead of 140%, which what the last one was. It was 140% because I maxed it out. I was like, I want the biggest one I can make, you know, with my printers. And I couldn't stand. Yeah, that was a lot of resin, especially when I didn't hollow it out. That was a faux pas on my part. It's like, whoop.
Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Some days I'm not myself, there's no one I can turn to. And I know all the feelings that we shared are in the past. And I know
Waiting for the slice to come up and be done. And there it is, 19 hours and 41 minutes. It cost me $12.77 in resin, which is good. And it's a lot less resin. Thank God.
I know times are tough,
Thank you. So, so slicing finished and it is done. So awesome. Last time that was over 1,000 milliliters of resin, and yeah, it was expensive. But now we got this one done, and I'll probably actually start this up with the resin I've got now on my printers, so hopefully we can have this done here soon. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start a whole new slice. Now it's time to do the other part of this.
Some days there's no one else
Here we go.
who loves me like you used
And this
to.
is 100%.
Some days I'm not myself. There's no one I can turn to. And I know all the feelings
Oh
that
yeah, I
we
forgot.
share in the past.
If I want to print this, I gotta reorientate it, and I hate the idea of that.
Relationships are never meant to last.
Okay, well, first things first.
It might take some time,
I'm
but
going
I'll
to.
be alright. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I know times are tough, but I've had enough. I'm moving on.
All right, holes. This is going to be about a. Let's do it at a 90. How's that sound? Nope. Let's do it down to 80.
I know times are tough, but I've had
Let's go with 80.
moving on.
But unfortunately, this is not big enough to. There won't be no infill in there, dude, because it needs to be hollowed. Okay, we're going to make sure this is hollowed out. And we're going to take the infill out. No infill. Alright, because this will be completely empty down here. Wait a minute, what's this? Oh, it's the hole. And that's going to be completely empty. And that's going to turn it into a change cup. But, again, this does not fit flat, which is how I would really rather print this, is flat. But I would have to size this down, and I didn't size down all my other parts, which I forgot this was, or I would have sized it down to be able to print it flat like this, because the way it's designed, it would print beautifully flat. But, well, actually, no, because of the ring right there, it wouldn't. So, what we're going to do is we're going to turn this on its side. So, we're going to go into layout, take this, and we're going to rotate. And we're going to rotate to the point where clears it. At least when we know we're not in any red. See, that's going to need supports. Okay, so now we're going to go in here and we're going to search for islands. I'm gonna redetect it because I should have made it go in the air. I forgot to do that, so. Alright, I'm going to go with a denser, heavier, but I'm going to go with medium. Medium is one. We're going to go with a 2 millimeter depth. You know what? Let's generate. I'm gonna just generate a automatic. I want to see how it does. Even though I know it's gonna be outrageously too many freaking supports, but.
The world is waiting half a step beyond our door. Yeah. And if it's not enough, I wanna see the stuff the world has got in store. I wanna take it all in, I'm falling. The cityscape by night, wanna catch in my photos. Where you go, every corner twice as bright. They'll be my treasures forever. When I can't hold you tight, I'll see the Stockholm lights. The Stockholm lights, the Stockholm lights. Tomorrow feels a year away, like the seconds, the beginning and the end. But if in time it's yesterday, your picture's gonna bring it home to me again.
Alright, so it's got all these supports here.
The world is waiting half a step beyond our door. And if it's not enough, I wanna see the stuff the world has got in store.
You know what? I am really not happy with the way that Lychee is handling this. I'm really not happy with the way that this is. I don't like how they hollow, you know. I wanted to see simulated, because like right here, look at this. The supports are being placed right here where the hole is. But there's not going to be anything there because the hole's there, and it's not detecting that. You know, so let's go into preview. Alright, so I want to see. And see, it's still not even showing it. I am not liking how this is. I don't like how Lychee's handling this. So I'm going to just go ahead and I'm going to take that down. I'm going to open up. I'm going to jump over to Lychee 2 Bucks on this one because I prefer, you know, I like how it handles the hollowing and stuff, and I think it will handle the supports a lot better. So let's go ahead and pull this in here. First of all, let's go in here. We're going to hollow this out. Hollow. 2mm wall. Alright. See, now you can actually see the hollowness. Like now that it's done its process, I like this so much better than the way Lychee does it. Because it actually changes and manipulates the model, so then you actually know what you're working with. With Lychee, it just shows you what it's going to look like. And like I said, like those auto supports, we're attaching to this port right here, but we're going to dig a hole, you know, which I already know this is going to be 80mm. Now, do you see how they handled it? Where you can actually see what it's going to look like. I prefer that, like that, because now I can actually see that. All right, this is going to be the change cup. This is going to be. There's nothing for it to try to auto support there. It's actually reading them all the way it was, and I don't like that with Lychee Slicer. So we're going to come in here, and now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to see what the auto supports are. Oh wait, let's go in here. We're going to use a heavy support with this one. I want to see what it does. See, and I don't like that. Because that's just now. See, this is where they fail with their supports. See, this is what I wanted to see was inside here. So we're going to remove all supports. Platform. We're going to support the platform. How did you not put supports right here? You already know that this is going to need supports. So I already know that this right here is going to need supports. I mean, that's just a given. And then we're going to come in here. Okay, I needed supports in this part right here, which I can remove those. Alright, let's see here. I just don't see how that is going to hold. It'll help if I actually put it on plus.
So can we just stop?
There we go.
The only thing I'll do is lay here next to you. We need to slow
Look at all this red that it did not cover. I know all this stuff is going to need supports on it. I don't think that this is warranted. So we're going to take out some of these supports here that they have. I don't like how this is like right here, this. I don't like this, or these. The way it's sloped, it doesn't need it.
Can I be your star tonight?
Okay, gotta take these out.
My soul will light the day we met. I don't wanna leave your side, no. Have me by your side when the sun sets.
You like this? What's the point of that stuff?
I hope you'll still
This one right here. What's the point of this?
years from now. The seasons are changing, the nights ever fading. It's time we left.
If it looks like it's cutting straight through, I don't want it. If it's supporting, that's a different story. But if it's cutting through, I don't want it. So, alright. Well, we got that. There's the pot. So let's go ahead and slice this up. $7D, $2D. 7 Days to Die. Okay, that's what it was. I haven't played that one yet. But man, stay alive best you can, bro. Hope you kick some butt on that one. I'll have to check out your stream. I saw that you're starting to stream. I'll have to check you out, man.
You fill my soul with light the day we met. I don't wanna leave your side, no.
So yeah, I switched over to the Chi box because I didn't like how the way it hollowed, and I just preferred Chi box the way that it handles the hollowing and the cutting of the hole, because I'm turning this into a change cup. So that's the main thing. Once when I get done with this slicing, all right. So this one's only going to take 24 hours, and it's only 200 milliliters. So come in here. And we're gonna let's see. Take two. Looking for precision, and this is about 25 hours. So just kind of lets me know what it is and the time. I didn't do that on the body. I think that was 26 hours, and it was like 300 milliliters. So we're looking at a half a bottle for all this, so which is a lot better. All right, well, we're just writing the file now that we'll be putting into the printer and getting ready to print these two pieces out. But after this, we're going to go back to Lychee Slicer, and we are going to Lychee Slicer and start doing the other slices that I want to be able to do. So. If you have a question about this process or anything, feel free to drop it in the chat. I'm watching the chat right now, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have. I'll be working on some other projects here soon too that I've got. And I got so many models and so many things to 3D print. I swear I could probably spend about 10 grand in resin right now with just all the things that I want to 3D print. All the models that I have. I've got models that I bought over a year and a half ago from just off of Facebook modeling groups that I still haven't even done, that I need to get done. And it's just, it comes down to time, resin, and tearing machines up. So I'm going through. I've already replaced the screens once, so I'm just waiting for this process to be done with this one. And once it's done writing the file, we're going to start on the next project, which will be the cup. Or no, the table, I think. Yeah, it's going to be the table with the grow goo on it. So. I also want to get that commando done that was done by Sanix. That was that's one that I want to get done as well. There's just so much things that I want to get done. But you know what? While this is doing that, I'm going to pull this up, and we're going to just go ahead and hit new scene. All right, cool. Got that. Let's go in. what they call it, what he named it. So I have to go through all these Hex 3D files to find the right one. I've got so much stuff from Hex 3D, it's not even funny, it's like in here. I know.
Don't say goodbye. Don't make me cry. Fading again, but I won't give in to you. Don't say goodbye. Don't make me cry.
Go back to the website and see what it's a whole other piece got released. Yeah, it is. That's a lot of pieces right there.
Heard them say our best days passes by.
Body.
And most long for a place that they never find. I'm afraid I wake up when I die, and it is too late to climb any mountain. Time is of the essence, the blood running through our core. It's best to not feel sorry when it's
Alright, we're putting this in right here.
I will be the greatest that you ever seen before. And I'll say,
Now we're gonna go with the burster.
eternal.
Oh, it's got a little Grogu ears on the little alien coming out. That's funny as hell. That is awesome. I never noticed that before. I gotta look at that closer. He does. He's got little Grogu ears coming out of the little head, out of the head. That's just. You know, I told myself with the whole Hex 3D thing that I wasn't going to do any more of the Grogus that came out because he's got like 30 of them. And here I am doing some more Grogus, you know, because you should just make a complete channel of nothing but stuff for Grogu. It's like all Grogu all the time. Because I mean, I've got enough to be able to probably pull off about a year's worth of content. You know, the Grogu Whisperer. So, get the head, get the left arm.
Time is of the essence, the blood running through our core. It's best to not feel sorry when it's over.
Okay.
I will be the greatest
We'll do the props last.
seen before. And I'll say,
Right arm.
eternal.
I hate doing stuff in pieces, but sometimes it has to be done this way. Or sometimes they're just sliced. Usually he's really good about doing, if you can do it uncut, he'll do it uncut as one piece, but some things are just the way it's designed, it has to be done like this, so. You learn to keep the feet and the arms together. And let's see here. We're gonna go left. With left. All right. Now we gotta do the table base. Well, we're definitely not gonna print that like that. Is that got a key sticking up or in? Enter, is it an innie or an outie? It's an outie. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this on plate right here. We're gonna put this right here on the plate. Now let's just rotate that better.
They all see that it's a lie, 'cause we always give it one last try. Yeah, you've watched me break 1,000 times. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you
We're gonna move
don't.
this over here.
That's how it goes. Don't wanna know.
Which is actually goes against what I try to do.
I just wanna be
I'm gonna put this behind. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in here. I want to put this like right here. And then we're gonna come in here. This is the left, so I'm gonna put the left on the left side, so I know it's left. Well, actually, before I do that, before I start organizing everything, let's do this the smart way. I need to bring in everything that I need to bring in. Table middle.
We all know that it's a lie. Now I'm all alone,
Okay.
'cause you never show.
Tabletop. Part 1.
But then you don't.
Wow. Why wouldn't this be... I mean, I get it. I understand, but
I just wanna be happy.
I'm going to put that back there for right now. And part 2. Oh, they have it uncut. Well, you know what? I'm going to do it uncut because I'd rather just spend the time and then be able to do it as one solid piece.
Happier tonight. Kept me waiting for you in the morning. I'ma leave without giving a warning. I'ma leave without giving a. So every time we say goodbye, we all know that it's a lie. I just wanna be happy.
Okay, so we're going to take this, we're going to move a lot of this stuff around. So this is the general basis of what I'm trying to print is right here. I'm going to put this off to the side like this, and I'm going to bring this in just a little bit like here. And I'm going to rotate this around. Like that. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to move this over here, like so. Okay. Oh, this needs to come forward just a little bit. Just a hair. Okay. Okay. Left arm. That's what I want to check. I want to make sure that these shadows down here are not overlapping each other. Okay. This is the left foot. So we're going to go right here with the left foot. And it looks like we should have enough room to be able to put down the props. I don't know if I'm gonna do all the props, but I'll definitely do a good chunk of them just to set the scene. And this is the right foot. And then we're gonna do our little buster right here up front. I'm gonna take this tabletop, or the middle part of the table here, and I'm gonna put this right in here. And then of course it should have keys. Yes, it does. Alright, so now we actually have room for all the little props and such. Okay, check this one real fast. Yep, this is good. So I can just go ahead and close this out. And then let's see here. Does that have the cards in it? That's the question I have. Yes, it does. Alright, so and then I'll just what I have plane. You know what? I can actually do that. I'm gonna go to on plane. Because I can get a lot more.
You got me on the run, we know there will come. We're out till dawn. But how can
If I've got to get up to find out why my dog is barking like he is, I'm gonna shoot something. There he is. Oh, she got him. Now, I don't know if I want to go straight up and down with that because if I don't want it to turn straight up and down because then I got to put supports on all that side. I'm just going to do like a little 45-degree angle on all these. Still save space. Looks like we got that in there. Okay, we got that. Prop 11. Those little cuppy things. That's fine. I can put those in. Prop 12. Wasn't there multiple cups in that picture? Let me check here. Let's see, there was a cup spilt there. Yeah, there's a couple cups that's on there, so. Let me see what other props I got, and then one after that, if I want to add a few more cups, I can add a few more cups. I have no need for an empty bowl. $15. Let's see, we already got one of those. We don't need that. We've already got tons of that food stuff. Like I said, I don't want to crowd it with a bunch of the same thing. See, I still got a bunch of that too. I mean, I'll throw this one in because it's got the spoon on there. Okay. 17. Yeah, so we got all that on there. How much more do we have? Oh yeah, I kind of want that. I want that one. In fact, I'm gonna take this little one out. How that? I'm gonna do this spilt one because I rather do that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one and I'm going to hit copy and then I'm going to do like 3 more. Hit selections, 2, 3. That one right there. This one right down here. Cups. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a copy of this. I'm going to do 3 of these, 3 more of these. It gives me 4 spoons to place around. And I might not use them all, but if I don't, oh well. I want to get a couple more forks. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do 3 more extra forks. Because that would... And there's that. And if I don't use them, oh well. You know, it's just creating the scene. Go to glue it all together, or resin weld it all together actually. I don't glue anything anymore. I just use resin and just cure it with light, let it harden, and it combines everything. Okay, man, this has got a lot of pieces to it. Do I want to do multiple knives? Yeah, might as well, right? I really don't want it on the edge like that. Oh well, I got him on the edge. Alright, looks like we got everything. Oh, that looks like it's crossing over. And we're going to rotate this one around. Now we're gonna move it around. Let's rotate that just a little bit more back, so it's more like this. Makes it easier to support later. Actually, I don't want it on the edge. I want to leave a little space. The cups need to come down here in the front because they're so small. I want to make sure I'm not losing any of the little stuff in the resin. I want to make sure it doesn't break off and into the vat. I'm just going to bring all the cups right here, combine them together as I'm OCD as hell. That's just bugging me that that's sticking up further. There we go. All the knives together right there. You know what, I'm going to duplicate a couple. I'm going to copy some of these. I'm going to do two more of these. I'm going to come down here. We're going to move this. You know, right now I'm actually like trying to fight as hard as I can, not sticking my tongue out. Because evidently I'm notorious for that, and I didn't know that until I started recording myself and streaming and watching the video footage afterwards. And I'm like, why am I always sticking my tongue out? And my wife's like, yeah, you do that a lot. And I'm like, why you should have told me. Hell, I like to have known that I'm a tongue sticker outer. Alright, we're going to do 3 of these, 3 more of those. Alright.
Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to.
And honestly, this would have been a lot smarter if I would have just done the supports on it first, then freaking copied it over so I don't have to do supports again. But I did that completely wrong. Oh well. Alright, well, we got it all on the plate. Look at that. That whole entire diorama of the alien with the popping out of Grogu's chest by Hex 3D. I got to fit all on one plate. Look at that. Oh my god. Ah! Alright. Now it's time to go through and start supporting everything and hollowing everything out. Okay. Let's do this.
Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Some days there's no one else who loves me like you no one I can turn to. And I know all the feelings that we shared are in the
Oh.
past.
No, we're gonna do a 4.
And I know your relationships are never meant to last.
Put it there. And then we're
It might take some time, but I'll be alright. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I know times are tough, but I've had enough. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I know times are tough, but I've had enough. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. Talking to myself and I can't focus. Yeah, I'm broken. The door is closing. Wanna be a part of something more than this. I've lost control of it. Oh, seeing the stars reminds me of you. Oh, oh, oh.
That there.
You left me with scars, but I know that one day you'll see it through. You'll see it through. You'll see it through. You'll see it through.
I'm not gonna hollow out all the props because that's just, or I mean, it'll probably automatically hollow, but I'm just. And the hands and the arms and all that. There's really no need to hollow out or not. So I'm not gonna. Or the props.
Talking to myself and
Can I help you?
can't focus. Yeah, I'm broken.
I can't hear you. What?
The door is closing.
I'm about
Wanna be
done.
a part of something more than this. I've lost control of it. Oh,
It
seeing the
is.
stars
So,
reminds me of you.
yeah. Well, I have to go get things done anyway, so we're gonna come back to this later. But that was pretty much the tutorial. I'm gonna finish this up offline, off the stream though. But thank you all for watching. I have to go finish dinner up right now and take care of that stuff, and then I'll come back and work on this later. But yeah, this is gonna be an interesting print, and I'll be excited to show you guys what it looks like when it's all done. But thank you all for coming into the stream. This has been a 2-hour slicing stream, and I want to thank everybody for coming in and dropping me a chat and hanging out and subscribing and hitting the notification bell. Don't also remember to go to facebook.com/lithypick and also tiktok.com/lithypick and youtube.com/lithypick to check out all our different places on social media where you'd be able to find us. So like us, share us, comment, notify us, follow us, ping us, and all the other good things you do with social media. Just do it all for us, man, because it really helps out a lot. So thank you all so much for watching.